completely used up. Completely used up. Oh, what we got here now? Another message. Okay, yeah, good to go. All right, cool. Okay, let me start this off right. Hi, this is The Remedy. I'm your host, Tony Pentel-Resco, and you're listening to us live on the Micro Effect Broadcasting Network. You can access the show by typing in www.themicroeffect.com. Then click on the appropriate links, the chat room links. Come on in, make friends, get acquainted, come up with some ideas, brainstorm, get active. Like we said in the show last week, don't ask what your activists can do for you, but ask what you can do for your activists. We also publish information at www.health-access.com with articles on health, general information going on worldwide and right here at home. This program is designed to help you keep your health and to show viable and inexpensive alternatives that can keep you and your family healthy, and to alleviate or remove unwanted illnesses that may occur in our lives from time to time, making you aware that not all that is supposed to be safe is, in some cases, allowing to understand the hidden dangers and a possible solution, protection and prevention and protection of your health. I've been in the health food industry as well as a personal consultant and bodybuilder trainer, assisting people in finding health solutions, and utilize different healing modalities from different cultural themes as well as in herbs, supplements, vitamins, essential oils, and foods. You can access me by going to my webpage at http://augmentinforce.50webs.com, and you can also go to independz at wix.com, and I'm going to start posting there as well. Scripts, and we got scripts scripts-march-2016. I'm going to try this place out to see if I can more readily put up links and things so that everybody can have access and download the documents. Okay, I do personal consultations as well through the internet, through the IMs, phones, personal visits, as well as in-house workshops for families, individuals, or groups. We have a flash drive out there, a 32 gig flash with 30 gigs of information. We've got books, we've got videos, we have got interviews, radio shows, databases. We also have t-shirts there, large and medium, blue and light blue. I'm just a guy or I'm just a gal who knows some stuff. And the binder, and we are also got the bucket. So if you're sure about making the bucket, feel free to give me a shout and we will make it for you. We also have tinctures, remedies, and a whole host of supplements and health foods that may help you. For more information, you can reach me here at 519-977-5351 or independz at yahoo.com or augment_inforce at yahoo.ca. If you have any questions or comments you'd like to make, if you're having any health issues you'd like to call in on, feel free to do so at 1-208-935-0094. And today's date is March 19th, 2016. Can you believe that already? We are in March already? Wow. Amazing. So, yeah, I know, hey? No, this is not it shouldn't be a repeat show. Is this a repeat show? Hey, okay, hold on a second. Okay. The weeks are becoming more and more crazy, I'll tell you, with different people, different things, different contacts in regard to what's going on globally. I get calls from all over. I've been getting calls. I got calls from the Bahamas. I got calls from all over the world, actually, across Canada, United States, even down in the land down under with all the thunder. And the biggest thing that seems to be going on as well is the nano. And I've been getting more and more responses on the nano. And I want to touch on that again because a lot of you are seeing the nanopoisoning manifesting. You are seeing some of the symptoms. Actually, if you go on my YouTube, let's see if I can find it real fast. Somebody contacted me today, actually, in regard to the zappers, which I've been saying for a long time do not use because if you are exposed to nanopoisoning, this will, in fact, expand it hugely. And you may find that by doing this, the results will be what this man contacted me on. And again, I'm getting to it. Just give me a second here. Here we go. Oop. So if you were to go on the YouTube and type in the anti-nano video, you'll see a comment there. I'll read the comment to you so that you don't make the same mistake. Okay, hold on here. Where the heck did it go? Is this the right one? What happened here? Am I on the right thing there? Anti-nano device. Yeah, what happened to the comment? Oh, maybe the comment got taken. Nope. Give me 1 second. I'll find it 1 second here. Just give me a moment. Like I said, the man wrote me a long thing there, and I wanted to. Here it is. Oop. Let me read this to you. Let's see here. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Okay, here we go. Let me read this to you so you understand what's happening here. Well, cool. Okay, let me read this. Sorry about the delay. Thank you so much, Tony. I bought a magnetic pulsar and a zapper for almost $1,000 5 days ago, and used them and have used them for the last 3 days. And this morning, I don't think I would have lived through the day. The more gallons of nanopoisoning went wild, and all my organs are hurting. I've been doing the borax, sea salt, antibacterial, and alfalfa baths for the last 7 days, and things are just coming out of me all over my body. You think these baths are hurting or hindering my recovery? Also, I will build the bucket on Monday morning. My faith is restored after listening to your expertise on the subject. And then I wrote him back. This is what my response was. You're not the only one that sent me something like this, and what you had was a nano motor constructing in your nano network of carbon nanotubes and fullerenes, and was basically building a switch or base to start the assembling and rewriting. Oops, that's not it. Sorry, that's the other part of it. Hold on. Okay, what I wrote to him was this. Without the saline baths, you would have been hooped, and you do not need the alfalfa. Just add copper in the bath, which will be effective. As I stated, these zappers are hijacked today, and we are dealing with artificial life with a synthetic biology, and anyone using these devices will superactivate this. You are not dealing with just a bioagent. You are dealing with an incorporation of nano plus DNA, or a bio-nano construct, and is using the carbon nano, self-assembling, self-replicating, utilizing either XNA or GNA, and becoming a graphene component in which a superconductive, more so than copper, silver, or gold, with zero resistance. The smart meters, cell phones, Gwen towers activate these programs to start the hijacking, and the glyphosates being sprayed on the field, crops and grains are there to purposely strip out the system the required elements to fortify or support the immune functions from having this take place. Whatever you do as well, do not use anything nano as a supplement, and that would include anything saying nano delivery method, colloidal minerals, especially the silvers. These are all hijacked as nano, not colloidal, no grains of any kind, and do not believe the orgasmically organic BS either. Nothing inorganic with nano dust hitting the food supply. There's nothing organic with the nano dust hitting the food supply, and you're eating this crap. Go on my site. I gave the site, augmentedforce.com. Click on the link, the regen colon link. There will be some guides to diet and foods. We are in famine, and the reason being is that nothing you are consuming today has any real value or nutrition, and what you are eating is a genetic nano assault on the body. And then his response was, thanks a million. I wish I could post pictures here because I would like to show you pictures of something that looks like a bug and wings that came out of my skin after the last bath. So, again, This is for your benefit. You know, I encourage you to go on my site if you haven't been there, augmentinforce.com. Scroll down to the left side, and there you will see a Nano Solutions. And in there, you click on the Nano Solutions, and there's a whole protocol that you can use, especially if you have done a zapping and you have accelerated the progress of the nanopoisoning. You'll find that it'll come in very handy for a lot of you. Let me reiterate: do not eat any grains. Do not eat any cereals, pastas, rice, corn, cereal, soy, canola. Do not use beer. Avoid products in the health food industry that are promoting nano delivery method. This is nothing but a hijack. And again, I'm also advocating do not use these electrical devices on your person, because if you are exposed to nano in any way, shape, or form, it will expand or expend these things all the way across you. Cool. Yeah, I would encourage everyone to make the nano bucket. There was actually somebody there who as well was really amazing. She made the bucket. Let me see if I can get back to that. See where the heck I'll get to that. Let me see if I can find that real quick as well. Let me read this to you. So this will inspire some of you to, again, take the initiative on this. I mean, this was a husband and wife. They saw what went on. Let's see here if I can find it. Because YouTube throws these things all over the place, and sometimes you wonder what the heck they're doing. And again, this was one of those comments that was pretty extensive, actually. The husband and wife saw the video, contacted me about the video in regard to the power source they were using. And so they tried it, and she just was flabbergasted at what came out. Let's see, I'm still trying to find this thing. If I don't find out, maybe during the break I can, because like I said, YouTube has just been screwy. You can never find anything anymore on this thing. Like I say, anything of any value or anything that helps or comes out positive, they throw it all over the place, and you can't find any of the comments like you used to. It's just bizarre what they're doing. What I should have done is I should have copied it and pasted it, and then read it from the copy. But it was pretty good what she wrote. She gave a whole list of things she did, she saw come out of her body. She encouraged everybody to make the bucket, that you wouldn't regret it. And again, not to blow my own horn on this, but I think it wouldn't be a bad idea if you don't have a bucket to make one, so that when you start stripping these things out of your body, you can start seeing the particle matter coming out. You'll start seeing, like I say, the lower back recover. You'll start seeing things heal faster. You'll find your brain a lot more alive and alert. You'll find, like I said, you'll find a lot of benefit with it. And again, you'll be depleting the body from a lot of this excess buildup that's going on. And like I said, you'll be amazed at how much you've actually accumulated in your life. When you look at the nature of this affliction, I don't believe today anymore that a lot of the infections that we're dealing with are biological in nature anymore. I think seriously that this has been a hijacking that's been going on for the last 50 years. I think even the cancers that we're seeing today, and a lot of the health issues from autoimmune and whatnot that's going on, I think a lot of this has to do again with the this infiltration, because they were putting this in our soaps, they were putting this in our foods. We were being exposed to it through pollution. We were well, here it is. Maybe I found it. Okay, let me read this to you. Bear with me. Like I said, I'm trying to again show you some things that might inspire you. This is Dean's wife. Thanks for responding so quickly. Earlier, he passed out before your reply came through, so I stayed up and hooked the 3.5 amp to the bucket and coil device. Out of excitement, I decided to try it out. Sat with my feet in for an hour total. Had my tablet nearby, getting EMF readings from an app you can get free on the net. Powerful field readings fluctuated as the power must rush in the device exactly as you described it would. I even moved the tablet around to make sure that I wasn't picking up anything else around me. It was absolutely the anti-nano device, without a doubt. Moments after I plugged it in, I could feel this cooling sensation over the body, cracking noises and crackling movements all over periodically. No pain and no discomfort. At times, it's like hearing glass crunching under tires, but it was coming from me in various places, even in my head. As I was staring down at my feet, I noticed these floating specks in my eyes moving around and leaving my field of vision. This liquid was filling up with metallic dust and some sort of shiny see-through stuff. When I would lift my feet to adjust and hopefully get anything from the bottom sides to release and come through the skin, what I noticed initially coming out was some sort of gooey liquid plastic chunks like what you'd see in a lava lamp after it's heated a while. To tell the oil apart from the other collection of plastic stuff was easy to distinguish by the difference in which it moved, and the oil was yellowish orange, being that it was olive oil. Watching all of this happen was so exciting. When I finished and got out, I shined a flashlight into the mix to see what came out. I missed while observing. At the bottom of the bucket was the pink glue-type mounds where my feet were sitting. Inside the mounds were thick deposits of metallic glitter. Literally, I started out for a full minute trying to guess what in the world it might have been. Pink glue. It was mounted in such a way it appeared like such squeezed out tubes and settled in pattyish formation with a tip on top of the middle, like you would see on an ice cream after coming from a dispenser. How in the middle like you, hold on a second, something. How this would happen under my feet and mound like this? Well, I remember that majority of the time I was touching the bottom of the bucket. It's a fascinating mystery. I feel lighter and the random foreign thoughts have subsided greatly. Near silence as I type this. Also, my focus is less excellent even though I've stayed up way past my bedtime. The experience has changed my perspective entirely about how saturated our bodies have become. I'm a very healthy lifestyle. I've been entirely gluten-free since 2009. That change alone helped me battle autoimmune diseases that nearly took my life, and I was only in my 20s. That's a whole story in itself. Point is that even with this healthy change and choices, those substances had still apparently been stockpiled. So everyone needs to make this and deactivate, pull these foreign things out ASAP, tell your family, or literally make these for your family and friends. And again, this is where we're at today. This is where we are at today. We are in a paradigm today. We are dealing with nanotech, and if you go online and start looking up things like nano warfare, this is not for the weak of heart. I will tell you this right now. When you start getting into the nano warfare and what they're referring to as nano warfare, you are going to be extremely alarmed at how easy it would be to take out a civilization. How easy it would be to wipe out a whole country if you wanted to. The Gwen Towers in of themselves are unreal. If you really want to see how precarious our lives are today, type in, if you're in Canada, map of cell tower in Canada. And same thing in the United States. You want to look at the cell tower map or graph, type in Gwen towers or cell towers in the USA. And you'll find that half the United States from the Midwest over to the east, north, and southeast is loaded. I mean, you're saturated. In Canada, from the west coast to the east coast, the only spot in Canada that doesn't have a Gwen tower is between Nunavut and the Northwest Territories. There's a section there where there's absolutely nothing there. Even along the Yukon, it goes all the way up to the north. We are completely inundated with these towers. And these towers are constantly beaming frequencies. They are activating and increasing the potency of the frequency output of the devices you carry on you, from cell phones, Wi-Fi, RFs, EMFs, ELFs. These things are everywhere, and they are pumping it out all the time. This is why when you're walking down the street, this is why when you are in a car or having a thought that you may not have any thoughts, you may be in a serene moment, and things start popping in your head. What's happening is these are being transmitted because the nanocomposites in your brain, the nanocomposites in your cells, are acting as transceivers. So when you're looking at some of the elements that are out there today, your whole perspective on what is healthy and how to get healthy and how to sustain and maintain your health is the paradigm has changed. Now, after giving you all this, I always like to have a solution. I don't like just scaring the blazes out of you. I don't like putting you in a state of fear. I think fear is a good thing to have. It's not a good thing to sustain. To be afraid is one thing, but afterwards, you need to deal with it and fix the problem. And I'm always of the mindset to give a solution. I don't believe anything is hopeless. I don't believe that all is lost. I'm one of these people that will hit the wall before I know I'm done. I do believe, with conviction and with substance, that this can be countermeasured. Now, one of the things you're going to have to start thinking and doing is, in your diet, number one, is incorporating saturated fat and omega-6s. Avoid the 3s. Also, you want to put a protective barrier in your home. You may not be able to stop what's going on outside at this point in time, but you can create a haven for yourself. When you're going to bed at night, when you're sleeping, you're constantly being hit with frequencies, whether it be coming from HARP, whether it be coming from a Gwen tower, whether it might be coming from a smart meter, whether it may be coming from some kind of microwave technology, Wi-Fi's that might be in your home, etc., etc. So it wouldn't hurt to go and buy some shielding, and it's not expensive. For those of you on a low income, go to a dollar store and start stockpiling up on aluminum foil and get a tarp. Get an old $6 tarp. And what you do is either tape it or you staple it to your tarp, the aluminum, front and back. And then what you can do is you can hang it up over a mirror or over a window, hang it up over the walls. If you got a smart meter that's attached to your house and you know the approximate area, you can put a barrier around that. You can take a wire, connect it to the shielding, and run it directly into a ground. You have to make sure you have a solid ground. So test the plug to make sure your ground is solid. Plug a wire to it, and what will happen is when the frequency gets hit in that area, it'll direct the frequency into the ground. You can also build a tent or a canvas cover over your bed, so while you're sleeping, again, you are shielded. Again, you can run a ground from your bed to the ground, again, a direct ground, so that anything that comes through will be dispersed. Okay. All right, Louise, just send me an email, Louise, and we'll get the bucket to you. All right, just send me an email. Let me know what's going on. And again, You know, again, a good idea, sharing it. What about lead-based paint? Yeah, I would today, if I could get lead-based paint, I would paint the house, either external or external. I definitely would be doing that, or I would be using copper. Um, you know, you gotta start thinking. You know, when they took away those window shades, you remember the old window shades? Well, they were lead, and the reason why they had everybody take the lead out, take the lead out, wasn't because it was causing health issues. It was because it would have acted as a shield. No, not all omega. Okay, Tony, aren't the omega-6 oils the bad ones? No, not all of them are bad. Sunflower oil is also an omega-6. Peanut oil is an omega-6. Canola oil is an omega-3, not a 6. It has some 6 in it, but it's one of the highest concentrations of omega-3. Sesame seed oil, unroasted. Let me think here. Sunflower oil, sesame seed oil, grapeseed oil, peanut oil. These are oils you need to sustain and maintain the myelin sheath. The omega-3 was another hijack. Omega-3s oxidize the cells in the body at a super rapid rate. And they created this market to, again, sell you something that was going to create a hijacking. Yeah, any kind of copper. Even if you take the copper you make... even if you take the copper you're making with a colloidal, like I make mine by the gallon, and what I'll do is I'll add vinegar, make it with straight vinegar, so I get a copper acetate, and I would mix that with a water-based paint and start painting. Even when I'm washing our wood floors, I put the copper solution in the water solution, and I wash the floor with it, so I'm spreading the copper all over the floor. But you definitely want to start taking precautionary measures and measures at night, especially when you go to bed. Turn off all your tech. If your tech is on and you got Wi-Fi, you will feel it. Oh, I hear the music. All right, come on back and we are going to become prepared. What do you say? All right, see you in a bit.
technological advances, explored the universe, cured disease, and we cultivated the world's greatest artists and the world's greatest economy. We reached for the stars, acted like men. We aspired to intelligence. We didn't belittle it. It didn't make us feel inferior. We didn't identify ourselves by who we voted for in the last election, and we didn't scare so easy. We were able to be all these things and do all these things because we were informed by great men, men who were revered. First step in solving any problem is recognizing there is one. America is not the greatest country in the world anymore.
This is The Micro Effect. www.themicroeffect.com.
Hey, I think we're back. What do you say? Okay, let me take a quick gander here. I will see if I can find a map for you. Of the, just to give you an idea what I'm talking about, so that when you take a look at, take a walk on the wild side, you may find, here's a map of Canada. Those of you might be interested in Canada. Oop. Of course, I got hit with another stupid virus, a redirect virus. I got to figure out where the heck they put this stupid thing. It's probably in some kind of a... Aha! All right, I'm going to give you this map of Canada, and I'll find the other one for the USA, so that you can see how bad things are in Canada. So a lot of Americans want to come up to Canada. Well, come on up. You may get zapped. What the heck? You might get reception from Mars. So just so you know, you see here, cell tower map of USA. So we see what's going on here. See here. See what I get here. Okay, now let's take a look. Well, this is not the map. Okay. Well, here's a place here. They'll give you, and also this is for those in the United States. You might want to take a look at this. Give you guys a bit of a hand there. Let's see what this one states here. Even when you're on a computer, you may want to again look at getting yourself grounded as well, because of the what you're exposed to just from your computer. Now, when we did the last one with the anti-nano, give me a second here. When we did the anti-nano bucket, we showed you how to make it. We talked in the end about a ground, and the grounding wire that you could use or connect to that will help. Oh, here's a beauty. Here is a beauty. All right, this one here will give you a pretty good clear idea how loaded you are in the United States. Okay, so you've got now Canada, the USA. Just in those two respective countries, you can see how inundated we are with this bad tech. And as you can see with the one, with the not this one here, but let me see here. With this one here, it's all in blue. I believe from Minnesota down to halfway through Texas, all the way across the southeast, all along the east, the northeast, and central United States is just saturated. Look at Mexico. Mexico is blitzed. Southern part of Mexico. And then you look at the west coast, California, it's also blitzed. So when you start looking at things like Montana, I'm not sure what the states are below there. I think Colorado and Kansas and all those places, they have them there too. Iowa, Idaho, but not to the same extent. Idaho looks like she's pretty saturated as well. So when you're looking at what's going on today, where these towers reside, and they may reside in your neck of the woods, then you need to understand that some of the health issues that you are dealing with today are a direct result of bad electricity or bad energy or bad frequencies. Does the nano bucket last forever? I don't know about forever, Louise. I mean, I don't know how long forever is. I've never lived that long. But it shouldn't break down. It shouldn't, unless you kick it up and down the road or run over it by a truck, it should last you for quite some time. I mean, there's nothing there there's no wearing, there's no parts that are moving. So it should be there for quite a bit. I mean, unless, like I said, you abuse the bucket. The term kick the bucket, don't kick the bucket. When we're looking at health today, we have to look at things now from all kinds of angles. We just can't look at, well, you're going to buy a product, it's going to put a red S on your chest, blue underwear. You have to start thinking in today's terms, today's terminology, and today's exposure. Okay, yesterday's successes may not work today. Well, Arkansas, look at the map. It's loaded. The whole southeast is saturated with blue. There you go. No. Can I wrap a really long extension cord around my legs connected to a CPU to get the same effect? No. You will run a current through your body. You have to just use the grounding. Okay, when we talk about grounding, you got 3 holes on a plug. One of them is a return, one of them is a live, and one of them is a ground. The ground is the center one, the circular one. So when you're plugging into a ground, you're plugging only into the center one, which then runs it directly into the ground. But you've got to make sure it's a solid ground. And there are gauges that you can get for about 10 or 20 bucks, depending on what you buy, where you plug it in, and it gives you a reading of the ground. If the one I've got, if the 2 lights come on, it shows that you've got a direct ground. Tony, what do you think about the low-level lasers in regard to what? What are you doing with them? You're talking about at the checkouts at the stores, or are you talking about lasers that you're playing with crystals? I'm not sure what you're referring to. When we're dealing with today, 1980 isn't here anymore. 1970 isn't here anymore. Things that we were succeeding in wiping out or cleaning up back in the day did not require the same diligence as we have today. Number one, the food supply back then had a higher value, a higher level of purity, and a higher level of nutrition. Number two, we didn't have the level of chemtrail activity that's going on today. With the nano dust falling down from the sky and the levels that's falling down and the level of people who are being exposed and breaking down today. And again, I mentioned this before, if you're born in 1950, you were the prototype. 1960, they were more broken down. 1970, they were even worse. 1980, again worse. 1990 to we are where we are today, where young kids at the age of 5 and 6 years old are having diabetes 1. We are in a different world. We are in a different environment. Organics do not exist. When you're talking organic, you're talking about a chemical-free product. Not happening. When 23 of the 43 chemicals are falling down from the sky on the food supply, that is telling you we are in famine. So again, you have to keep things in the perspective that we are talking about in today's times. The things you're going to need today to sustain your internal, your foundation, your core, your ability to be strong and resistant is going to require some thinking. Number one, where do you live? What do you do for a living? What are you exposed to? Okay. What now are you eating? You know, these are really key questions you have to ask yourself. Tony, do you think that the CNR energy devices and radionics orgone are as damaging as the zappers? I don't really know. I haven't really looked at that technology. I've been so busy looking at the nanotech that to date, I have not seen anything today that's going to affect the nano with the current products that are on the market today. The radionics and some of these other products that were out in the past would have worked because they're working on a biological pathogen. You're dealing with something that's not biological, it's synthetic. You're dealing with a nano DNA integration. It's not just one thing or another. It's not like you can short it out by overloading it, or you can attack the biology and kill it. You got something there now that has a graphene component to it that has a certain type of morphology that acts as a defense mechanism to protect the technology and the DNA. So again, if you hit it with something and you take it out, it may come back stronger. The best thing that I've seen so far that seems to work is shutting down the program. Once you shut down the program, you disconnect both. But then the next phase of this is to draw out what's been built inside. We have a 50-year loading on this stuff. Okay? When we're looking at what they've done to us, in the last 50 years, they have put polymers in soap. We have been coating our bodies with carbon polymers. We have now having to deal with carbon polymers that can self-assemble, self-replicate, self-regenerate. The carbon materials actually create a graphene-like material, which is, again, carbon. It is highly conductive, and it's used in this technology to, again, moderate frequencies and signals. And again, if something comes out, whatever is going on, it acts just like a virus or a bacterium and produces a resistance or a defense mechanism. They have taken biology and synthesized it in technology. And when you look at the nature of what is going on with this tech, okay, my conclusions on this is really simple. They are creating an artificial life, and they are creating ways to host the artificial life. This is the new link I've got. It's in the chat room, independz at wix.com. Then it's called /scripts-march-2016. You can see here how the nano is being delivered in the body by using nanomotors, nano cages, okay, and then you can start looking at the nano weapons, things that are functioning on a nano scale. You might want to look up this term called MAT, M-A-T, capital, small r-a, okay, basically they're using a form of magnetics to send these replicants into the body. This is where magnetic fields are very important to shut down what's going on. Another key thing that we need to start thinking in terms of stopping the replication of the nano. An anti-replicator of nano. That's where the bucket comes in, because it does shut it down. Phosphorus seems to have an impediment on its self-assembling. So again, this is where you need to start looking at today. How do we stop nano? Mork and Mindy, nano. Okay, nano has to be stopped. The nano has to stop in its duplication, its replication. Okay, and this is where the research we all need to focus on. Maintaining our bodies with health and products is important, but if this is inside, then basically you're on a spinning wheel, and you have to constantly keep drawing this out one way or another. Either you dig it out, or you flush it out, or you draw it out. Okay, it's the only way that I've seen so far, and again, I'm in collaboration with somebody else on this, and this is what we have seen in 3 years of just our exploring this. You know, if, like I stated, if I had not been inflicted with this violation, which I did not consent to, I would not have believed this was possible. I wouldn't have even thought that this could have even been conceived. It's so far out there in the world of science fiction, but it is a reality. So again, be aware that these things. This is real. This is very real. And again, don't assume or think that you're dreaming. You're not dreaming. This is the world we are living in today. Okay. Okay. When we're looking at how we're doing things today, things have got to change in our thinking. You can no longer just accept the status quo. You can no longer accept that, yeah, I've got everything covered. I'm doing the right things. I'm eating this. I'm drinking that. I'm avoiding this. I'm avoiding that. It's gone beyond simple basics fundamentals. And a lot of things have been neutralized that used to work in the day. So again, I'm saying this to you so that you're not stupid, and that you begin to see that the nature of what we're really dealing with. Now, how do we go about protecting ourselves? Well, number one, let's shield our homes. Let's shield our domain. Okay, that's one of the things we have to do. Okay. Yeah, the nanoparticles or the nano warfare that they're using will use what they call a term called photonics, where they use light as an energy source. So, and I understand some of the devices everyone is buying, but just like I explained earlier in the show, when I read the article from the YouTube where a guy bought a zapper and that thing took off. Like I said, be careful today what you're buying when it comes to some of these devices, because these devices now, a lot of them have been made inoperable against this technology. And in fact, when you fire some of these devices, you may see a assembling process that will exponentially take off. Boom! And you'll have geometrical patterns. You may have triangles form. You may have circular patterns with extensions form. These are nano motors. Okay, these are nano cages. These are nano fullerenes. And the fullerenes can build from the top side down. In other words, when it falls down on your skin, it can start immediately building in a downward pattern. And if it's inside your body, it will build from an upward pattern, up to down, down to up. And they try to meet in the middle and connect as a circuit. Okay, this is where we're at today. This is why so many of you are having problems recovering, because your immune system is constantly under a hijacking. And this is why you have to turn off this technology and then flush it out. And a lot of times when you start doing this, you'll notice that the first thing a lot of people will notice is the lower back issues seem to alleviate tremendously, because you're taking the stuff out of the skin so that the kidneys do not have to work hard at pulling the stuff out. Now, internally, what are you going to do? Internally, you're going to use soap. Soap. What do you mean soap? Soap. What is this guy talking about? We're going to use soap. Plants have a material called saponin. And some of the foods that are very high in saponins are yucca, chestnut, horny goatweed, fenugreek, even olive leaf have a high concentration of what they call a saponin or a soap. So when you're taking these foods and making teas out of them, sarsaparilla is another one that has a high level of saponin in them. What these do is they go in and they wash the cells. They flush out some of this toxins, and they can keep the kidneys from congesting with the buildup of these materials. You may find that when you go to the washroom and do the second part, not the peeing, but the other part, it may come out liquefied at times because the soap is going through. Basically, you're giving an enema from the inside out, flushing things out. And you'll be surprised what will wash out. So again, think about what we're doing, how we do what we're doing, how we apply some of the things that we are doing. Like I said, it's not hopeless. You just got to think now. And you can't allow yourself the luxury of buying into guru-itis. You have to now be your own guru. And like I said, I've got stuff on my webpage. You can follow it, you can take it, you can utilize it, and you can expand on it. I'm just giving you a starting point. If you go on the site as well, you will see a saponin link as well on the site, which again, feel free to utilize. It's will give you all kinds of ideas in regard to what's going on. You have to understand, one of the things that saponins do is help keep the myelin sheet from being broken down by cleaning it up. So what we got going on here? Where can we find fenugreek? It's hard to find. Are you kidding me? This is the Hulk here talking. I can see this. Okay, go to your ethnic markets. Go to, if you're in Windsor, go to Ballard's. Go to Bular Market. Go to Ballard's. Go to any of the Middle Eastern markets, okay? And you can pick it up there, anywhere. You can pick it up, or come to the shop. You have it here too. Yeah, I mean, it's not that difficult. You just got to know where to go. All right, fenugreek is another, and fenugreek has components in it that also helps regulate and support the pancreas because of the way it cleans the pancreas and how it assists in the pancreas. So when we're talking cleaning the inside, these are things that you want to again start incorporating. The detoxing of using sulfur, phosphorus with minerals, vitamin C with minerals, using saponins, using things like pectin, sodium thiosulfate, EDTA, are all going to be required as well on a regular basis, maybe once a month or once every couple months. The baths are going to be very key in removing the bulk of this out of your skin, and the nano bucket will pull it out from the inside. So you can deal with this on several different fronts to neutralize or negate. When you are exposed to, we're done. All right, come on back in the second half and we'll further expand on good defense is a strong offense. All right, we'll see you in a bit. Part 2 of The Remedy. Hi, I'm your host, Tony Pantelleresco, and you're listening to us live on the Micro Effect Broadcasting Network. You can access the show by typing in, www.themicroeffect.com. Then click on the appropriate links, the chat room links. Come on in, make friends, get acquainted. We also publish information at www.health-access.com with articles on health, remedies, and general information going on worldwide and right here at home. This program is designed to help you keep your health and to show viable and inexpensive alternatives that can keep you and your family healthy and to alleviate or remove unwanted illnesses that may occur in our lives from time to time, making you aware that not all that's supposed to be safe is, and in some cases allowing you to understand the hidden dangers and a possible solution, prevention, or protection of your health. I've been in the health food industry as well as a personal consultant and bodybuilder trainer, assisting people in finding health solutions, and I've utilized different healing modalities from different cultural themes as well as in herbs, supplements, vitamins, essential oils, and foods. You can access me by going to my webpage at http://augmentinforce.50webs.com, or shorten it up, just type in www.augmentinforce.com. So I do personal consultations as well through the internet, through the IMs, phones, personal visits, as well as in-house workshops for families, individuals, or groups. We have a flash drive, a 32 gig flash with 30 gigs of information. We have radio shows. We have interviews. We also have videos, books, databases. We also have t-shirts saying I'm just a guy who knows some stuff, or I'm just a gal who knows some stuff. And on the front it says to your health. We also have the bucket, the anti-nano bucket. We also have that as well. Plus we have herbal remedies, tinctures, supplements, and a whole host of things that may help you. For more information, you can reach me through the email independz@yahoo.com or augment_inforce@yahoo.ca, or contact me at 519-977-5351. We also have those grounding lines. If you're interested in those grounding lines, we are carrying them here. There's another guy named George Christoph who will also be carrying these things as well. So again, you can contact me or George to access these things. If you have any health questions, comments on health that you'd like to call in on, or health issues, feel free to do so at 1-208-935-0094. And today's date is again March 19. Man, we are 2016. We are on it, aren't we? Okay, so the link is working. I'm getting feedback that the link is working. I've got this She-Hulk woman there listening to the program, so she is listening and checking the links out, which is cool. She wants fenugreek. I know why. I know why. All right. When we are talking protection, you know, eventually we're going to have to come up with stuff to create a barrier around us when we walk outside to minimize nanoparticle infiltration. Okay, here we go. Someone's asked me this question. I've asked this question many times. Tony, I can almost hear what you're going to say. What do you think about eat right for your blood type diet? What do I think? Not a lot. I try to keep my thinking to a minimal and try not to waste my time in thinking about things that are of no value or very little use. The Eat Right for Your Blood Type diet was exposed years ago, about 5-6 years ago, as a facade, as another one of these marketing games. If you do not have the enzyme activity in your body at the proper level, you're not getting enough minerals in your body, which just about covers everybody, since everybody's been eating glyphosates. And without minerals in your body, you cannot produce enzymes. Then the blood type diet isn't going to work either. And if you can't break down the food in your stomach, and if you can't convert those foods with enzymes or bacteria in the system, you're low in bacteria, again because glyphosates have flushed out your bacteria in your colon, then really there isn't a food or a dietary anything out there that's really going to work until you balance that back. The blood type diet is good for people who are living on the McDonald's diet, the Burger King diet, the Kentucky Fried Chicken diet, the Taco Bell diet, the pizza diet. People on that diet will benefit from to eat right for your blood type diet, not because it's good for them, because anything you change from eating that junk to anything else will benefit from you. You can go on the, you can go on the raw diet. You can go on the, I'm trying to think of that doctor's name there, that had the all-protein diet. Just slipped my head. What's his name? Anyway, he's dead. But anyway, the Atkins diet. You can go on the Atkins diet. You can go on almost any diet. You can go on a fast. It'll benefit you, right? Chemtrail type diet. There you go. See, we're all getting our daily dose of chemtrail. And we don't get our daily dose of chemtrails for some reason. The government and the globalists think that we're becoming deficient. You need your daily dose of chemtrails. You got to get that aluminum in you. You're too low in aluminum, you're too low in lithium, you're too low in mercury, you're too low in cadmium, you're too low on barium. Oh, heck, you're just too low on thorium, strontium, uranium, plutonium. You don't have enough radiation in the body. Let's get you to look over the Pacific Ocean, and we'll misguide you on that farce. Get you looking at some country over there. Meanwhile, we will spray this stuff over you and keep on feeding you. Yeah, when you're looking at, again, see, this is, when we're talking today, and I'm trying to get everybody's perspective here where it should be. We are talking in today's time. There's been a lot of gimmickry in the last 20 years about diets. The macrobiotic diet, the vegan diet, the vegetarian diet, the Atkins diet, the raw diet, the breatharian diet. I mean, you name it. We have diets up the wazoo. And majority of these diets do not do a whole lot for you, or they work for you initially. A vegan diet, for instance, for a short time would benefit anybody, 2 to 3 months maximum. If you stayed on that diet, it actually starts depleting your body. Well, look at this. Somebody wrote here, Big Mac for you. A video in Russia, a guy poured melted copper on a 1700 degree Fahrenheit. Behold, the burger patty remained intact, almost ghost, the copper that came solid again. Okay, whatever. Not sure what that part of it is. Okay. Diets are basically the word die with a T. Die T. When we're eating today, the perspective of eating today should be, how is this going to fortify my body? How is this going to boost my immune system? How is this going to make me resistant to getting sick? How is this going to help my body fight against chemtrails? How is it going to help me fight against cancer? How is it going to help me fight against autoimmune breakdown? How is this going to help my body stay younger longer? How is this going to keep my system from breaking down? Okay, that's how you need to start thinking about diet, food, supplement foods. Okay, when you're eating, even. Okay, I'll give you a little thing I did the other day. I had some lamb and I didn't feel like eating the meat per se. So what did I do is I took the lamb, chopped it up in small pieces. I added it into a jar, added a little water to it, some salt, some garlic. I've added some zinc and copper. I added some selenium to it. I blended it up for 10 minutes till liquefied it into a nice soup. So I was able to drink my meat down. I chopped it up, added the nutrients to it, and what I did basically is I supplemented my meat with my minerals. Not a bad deal. And then I added garlic to it, or an onion, to incorporate the sulfur component that would protect the liver and incorporate the value of those minerals more efficiently in the system. So again, these are things that you can do. How many of you have sometimes kids who are sick, or elderly who are sick, and they just don't feel like eating? This is something that you can do to, again, simplify the ability to absorb nutrition. Okay? It's a good idea to supplement with it. Yeah, you know what? Today, to say we're getting anything in our food is a stretch. We did a video and we showed that the United Nations has determined that foods are a drug. Your food that you're consuming today is a drug. And you're only allowed a 5% nutritional value. That's it, 5%. So if you are eating based on a dietary measure, usually they give you a 300 gram or 3 ounce serving of whatever to give you a nutritional value. And if you take that nutritional value and reduce it down to 5%, in other words, you take 95% of the value and all you got left is 5%, you can see how little you're going to be getting in your food. And between the irradiating, between the chemtrails, between the genetics, between the glyphosates, between the nano, you're probably not even getting that anymore. So when we're looking at what we're doing today, and you look at the food pyramid that's going on today, there we go. Frank, you know, I like the way you think, Frank. Frank wants me to get an edible shirt. If I was going to get an edible shirt, it would be on a female companion. That would be a lot of fun, I think. But anyhow, when we're talking today in terms, and the edible shirt would have to be a high protein shirt, GMO free, full of enzymes and nutrition. Yeah, I thought so. So, you know, think in terms of today. What are you eating today? Why are you eating what you know what you're going to find too? This is one thing I'm finding. I don't know if it's age. I don't know if it's wisdom. I don't know if it's the contraindications of what's going on. But I'm looking at today, when I eat, I don't really eat just for the sake of eating anymore. You know, I look at eating because I'm eating to build my body's resistance to being infected with nano. I'm eating to protect my body from metal overload. I'm eating to, again, increase my antioxidant properties or my enzyme activity. I'm eating to, again, sustain my insides. You know, that term, augment, enforce, if you sit there and break the term down, augment means strengthen, fortify, or uphold, or build. Enforce means your insides. You know, that's why I gave my webpage that site, Augment Enforce, because I wanted everybody to be able to realize that we have to build the inside. If you're weak on the inside, no matter how good you look, I don't care if you are the most robust woman on the planet, I don't care if you got muscles on your muscles if you're a guy. If your infrastructure is weak and the foundation is weak, you've got nothing. You cannot sustain the external if the internal values are broken or weakened. And that's what's going on. So again, you have to think in terms of, how do I maintain cellular integrity? How do I maintain the mitochondria? What's going on? See, I got this person that wrote me this thing that says chocolate shirt. I have a feeling. And she wanted to extend her extension. Chocolate shirt. Okay. So you can have fun when you're being healthy, you know, and you should have fun. Even though we are dealing with some serious stuff, have a little fun, you know, get with friends, learn how to, you know, get reconnected again and network. Come up with ideas, come up with solutions, work on them together, you know. You got to have a little fun with this. You got to get together with each other and start working at what's going on to help build each other up. I mean, I think even biblically it states that we should fortify and build each other up, right? Well, why not? Get with it. Help build each other up. Make each other better. Push each other or pull each other up, to get to the top. That's what I think. Yep. So again, when we're looking at what's going on, have a realistic perspective of what's going on. Have a game plan. Okay, the first thing everybody says when they hear some of these things is, oh man, this is bad. What am I going to do? Good night. How do I deal with this? Oh man, what do I know? That's the first thing you do. You get into this thing where you feel like you can't do anything. You feel like you're stupid. You feel like, what do you know? And number one, I'm of the mindset that God doesn't make junk. Number one. So that means you're not stupid unless you refuse to acknowledge the truth. If you refuse to acknowledge the truth and you refuse to act on the truth, then yes, you are stupid. But nobody is stupid, okay? Most are ignorant. Okay? Ignorance means being unaware or uninformed. When you become aware and informed, you are no longer ignorant. At that point, you are now responsible. There's a difference. You are now responsible. So just keep that in mind. So number one, nobody's stupid. Number two, because like I said, God doesn't make junk. Number two, you can now see the problem. Then you need to research what you can do, how you can apply different things. There's more than one way of doing things. I'm not the only source on the planet that knows what's going on and how to do things. And my intention is to make every one of you adequate enough to either find your own answers or to come up with your own answers, because this is where it's going to boil down to. Okay, this is not about following me, because I'm not into this follow the leader thing. The only thing you should be following is your faith in God. That's what you should be following. Now, I'm a firm believer that, okay, maybe not initially I may need to help you, but I want everybody to be able to stand up on their own in this quest of finding health and how to sustain health, how to protect the health, how to fix things, and exchange ideas with each other. This is where networks develop, begin, grow, and evolve. Okay? It's not a one-man band here. Okay? Number three, you're going to experiment, explore, research, come up with solutions, share the ideas. Don't be like the gurus out there running around trying to sell you everything, so they can sustain their kingdom. Give it away. Give it away. You'd be surprised the abundance that will come in just giving away health, just giving away things that will upbuild and restore. You have no idea how this acts as an antidote to what I call anti-life. You notice the planet is on an anti-life equation. Everything on the planet is trying to die or be killed or kill. We got wars for no reason. We got chemtrail skies which are fumigating the planet, trying to choke the life out of the planet. We've got the ground being poisoned with genetics and nano. We've got frequencies and Gwen towers. And the key to stopping this is not a war, not bombs, not missiles, not bullets, but the key is everybody pitching in to create life where there is no life. To create life where life is being extinguished. And that's the best thing you can do, to offer life where life is being taken. And if everybody did this, this would turn things around. And it wouldn't take a lot of people either. So when we look at the skies and we get mad, I'm glad you're getting mad. When you're looking at the food supply and you're getting mad, I'm glad you're getting mad. When you're looking at the frequencies that you're being pounded with and you're getting mad, I'm glad you're getting mad. But then use that anger righteously by creating life. One thing I want everybody to take note. The one thing I want everybody to take note. When you get up in the morning, okay, as a sort of as a mantra or as a power of positive affirmation, or however way you want to define it, even as a sort of a prayer, if you will, start saying in the morning when you get up and with other people even, you do not consent. I do not consent. I do not consent. I do not consent to chemtrails. I do not consent to vaccines. I do not consent to frequencies. I do not consent to nano. I do not consent to chemtrails. I do not consent to genetic modification. Start saying, I do not consent. And if you have a network of people, get everybody to say this. And then when you turn on the TV, look at the politics that's going on. You might start seeing a shaking, rattling, and rolling. Because once the general affirmations are put out there, you may find that things might start to change. Okay? We didn't consent. Okay? And we have to say we don't consent. Okay, what's going on here? Anybody? What's going on? Okay, pretty good. If you could ask for prayers for Mom, that would be great. Thanks. Okay. We have somebody in the TME radio network that needs prayer. Been going through some tough times and health is not there. So I would encourage you to support the TME, the Microeffect Broadcasting Network, and lift them up in prayer. And if you can help them with support, I would encourage that as well in some form or another. Even sending a card. You'd be surprised at how sending a card to the network makes a big difference on the support that they would feel, the positive energy that you're putting out, the spirit that would be shared there. Again, I would encourage you to do this. They are providing a central point for people to collect and come to hear me rant and rave like a madman, and other podcasters putting it out. So again, I would definitely encourage that you lift them up in prayer and send them whatever support you can, even if it's just a card, to let them know that you are there for them. You'd be surprised how sometimes being an activist, being somebody who's putting it out there, doing something, presenting a theme, how sometimes it seems like a thankless job, if you will. And when people see and hear feedback that you care and they're positive, you'd be surprised how that can make a difference in their spirit. It can make the difference in their attitude, in their mental outlook. You'd be surprised. So don't take anything for granted today. Do not assume anything. And even if you're dropping by and say thanks, that you have no idea how that really means a lot when you are in this field, and you're putting it out there. And someone says, "Hey, thanks. That really made my day," or "This really helped," or "I'm glad you're there. I'm glad the Microeffect Broadcasting Network is there." Broadcasting, you have no idea what that means to the staff and to the family members there. You have no idea. So again, do what you can, support them, say even hi, how you doing? We heard about what's going on. We like to help you in some way. Remember what I said? Don't ask what your activist can do for you. Ask what you can do for your activist. Okay? It would really make a difference. It really does. You have, when you're young, you're kind of feeling you're invulnerable, and it doesn't seem to really make a whole lot of difference. But when you get older, and you are doing things, it's always nice to feel appreciated, and it's always nice to know that you've got people that you're connected to, a network, if you will, that shows their appreciation or shows their ability to, again, say a quick thank you. Like I said, you have no idea what impact that makes. You have no idea. What's going on now in tick? Okay, what's the question? The thing scrolled down and I was looking at something else. What was the question again? Hold on. Give me a second. Oh, wait a minute here. What's the question on tick? Okay, somebody want to retype the question that tick is trying to ask because I don't see it. Something about getting a 2-year-old on the right track. 2-year-old recognizes poisons in food source. Tony says know this. Okay, Tony, please see question about tick or TJC 123. Any words on starting 2-year-olds on right track? Okay, there we go. Okay, I'm not seeing. All right. Well, if you got a 2-year-old, the first thing I would be getting them on is colostrum, yogurt, full fat, kefir, full fat. Avoid a lot of the rice, grains. Again, if you keep them off these things, they won't get addicted to them. Make sure they're not eating any soy, canola, soybean oil, vegetable oil. If you are going to get them vegetables, you may be looking at the root vegetables. Same with the fruit. If you're going to get them fruits, you have to peel 1/8 of an inch off. You might want to look at things like kiwi, pineapple, papaya for fruit. No bananas, no grapes, no berries unless you're going to juice them and then filter them with an oil, like we're going to show on one of the videos. These are things that, again, I would start off a child. If you're going to give them meat, I would tell you to cook the meat in a sulfur vinegar combination and then break it off into small pieces, put it in a blender, and add water to it and mix it up to whatever consistency you want, whether it be a soup or a pate. And by adding garlic and onion and other herbs to it, or adding even vitamins to it, things like copper, iodine, you get the hint, iodine, selenium. If you have a young girl, you want the saturated fats to be from butter, coconut oil, grass-fed butter preferably. This way she'll get what she needs so that when she goes through puberty, she's ready. And we will come back after we take a station identification break because I think I hear the music. I hear the music. All right, give her a go. We'll be right back.
Millions of people are going to get sick this winter from colds, flus, and other illnesses. Make sure you're not one of them. Protect yourself with Supernatural Silver, a revolutionary new product. Recent advances in silver technology have resulted in a silver solution that can be used daily to help prevent bacteria, viruses, and fungus. Supernatural Silver is safe enough to use daily, while powerful enough to help your own immune system destroy the causes of many serious diseases. Supernatural Silver has the ability to terminate entire colonies of harmful bacteria at several hundred times the effectiveness of colloidal or ionic silver. The Science Digest journal says silver is our mightiest germ fighter. It is virtually non-toxic and is emerging as a wonder of modern medicine. Go to supernaturalsilver.com today and use the promo code SILVER2015 for 30% off. Give yourself and your loved ones a fighting chance with Supernatural Silver.
The time is now. As the walls are closing in on America, Republic Magazine is a beacon of light guiding those that fight for freedom and the restoration of America. Republic Magazine is the ultimate activist tool. Republic Magazine digs in deep to expose the lies and offers real solutions from the experts. No other publication in America offers the real news like Republic Magazine. Get copies to give to friends, family, and neighbors, or simply order a subscription for yourself at Republic Magazine TV. Get informed and stay informed with Republic Magazine, the ultimate resource resource for your fight against the New World Order. Claim your free digital copy now or order a print subscription online at www.republicmagazine.tv. That's republicmagazine.tv, or call them toll free at 800-873-1620. That's 1-800-873-1620.
The last thing the men behind the curtain want is a conscious, informed public capable of critical thinking, which is why a continually fraudulent zeitgeist is output via religion, the mass media, and the educational system. They seek to keep you in a distracted, naive bubble, and they are doing a damn good job of it.
President Bush signed a formal agreement that will end the United States as we know it. And he took the step without approval from either the U.S. Congress or the people of the United States.
This is the micro effect. The micro effect. www.themicroeffect.com.
Hey, I think we're back. What do you say? All right. One of the elements, minerals, life-giving substances is selenium. Selenium. Hey, selenium is one of those things that all of us need. And it regulates so many things. With the onslaught of what's going on today, one of the things that's missing in the diet is selenium. And some of you are having mycopharyd, oh, I can't remember, I can't say it. It's a heart condition where your heart leaks blood from the vessels. Some of you are low in taurine and magnesium, and some of you are low in selenium. Selenium regulates the heart, so does iodine. And one of the things that glyphosate pulls out of the body is selenium. And because a lot of foods today do not have selenium in them anymore, you're going to have to supplement them. So there's several different forms of selenium that you can use. You can use sodium selenite, you can use selenomethionine, selenium citrate. These are the ones you want to use. You might want to avoid the ones based on yeast. The last thing we really want to be using today are things with yeast involved, or you might not want to use some of the vegan or vegetarian capsules, because a lot of those are tree bark, which are a carbon material, which again may compromise the body. So if you got pills that or capsules that have a veggie cap, you may want to dump out the components and throw away the capsules and use the components inside. If you have a caplet or a tablet and it has some kind of cross-carbamylose or a cellulose or there's another one, hypo something, cellulose, again, you may not want to use these things. They have gone out of their way to create an impenetrable barrier in regard to your supplements. So again, be careful what you buy. Be aware of what you're buying. Do not allow yourself the luxury again of assuming anything today. Okay? You just do not need the grief. You just do not need the grief. And so with selenium, I mean, if you look at the document on the Wix.com, let's see if I forgot to see if everybody had this thing. Hold on a second. Yep, that's it right there. Aha. Let me put this in the chat room. There you go. At independz at Wix.com, the site's called Selenium the Protector. And you click on that W, it's a Word document, so it should open up. The idea with this is it will come in as a Word document, and if you want to, at that point, turn it into a PDF, or if you want to, again, have the Word document, you have it available. Again, you can share it with your friends. And when you look at the information that's there, you will find that it's very informative in regard to what it is. They call selenocysteine the 21st amino acid. Okay, and when you look at some of the terminology that's there, you look at the document in the center, and on the right side, there's usually a comment. Now, I tried in my own mind to put in there answers to questions you may ask. For instance, a codon. What is a codon? Okay, it's a sequence of 3 DNA and RNA nucleotides corresponding with specific amino acid or stop signal during protein synthesis. DNA and RNA molecules are written in a language of 4 nucleotides. Meanwhile, the language of proteins includes 20 amino acids. Codons provide the key that allows these 2 languages to be translated into each other. In other words, it's a translator. Each codon corresponds to a single amino acid or a stop code. The genetic code includes 64 possible permutations or combinations of the 3-letter nucleotides of the 64 codons. 61 represents amino acids, and these 3 are stop signals. For example, the codon CAG represents the amino acid glutamine, and TAA is a stop codon. The genetic code is described as a degenerate or redundant because a single amino acid may be coded for by more than 1 codons. So basically, it's a code or a program that allows the proteins to function or to stop functioning. Simple as that. Okay, see what happens. So again, this is something you want to look at. There are 30 known selenoproteins containing selenocysteine. Selenocysteine is the active site of the antioxidant enzymes glutathione peroxidase. So do we need the selenium to support the glutathione? Okay, what's going on? Okay. So again, so we're looking at this. This is one of the things that selenium does. So again, glutathione peroxidase is the most abundant selenoprotein in animals. This is very key to protecting your body from cancer. You got to remember that these nanoparticles will create a mutation process in the body. It is trying to override your body's ability to function the way it's supposed to. Okay, and again, when you look at this thing, selenium has a 15% longer bond length than sulfur, which facilitates the formation of selenium-sulfur bonds at the catalytic sites. So in other words, simple way of getting some more selenium in the diet is by combining it with garlic. Ooh, garlic and selenium. Ooh, what a combination. The presence of selenocysteine rather than cysteine is a thyrodoxin reductase. Not only increases catalytic activity 100-fold, but optimizes the health of the physiological pH. In other words, it magnifies the effect 100 times. That's rockin'. That's defense. That's protection. Okay? Antioxidants like vitamin E and vitamin C and coenzyme CQ10 neutralize free radicals by becoming free radicals that are less harmful than the ones they neutralize, because again, the way they discharge. But the free radicals form of antioxidants must be regenerated, or they cannot continue to be effective antioxidants and may even be damaging. So this is where some of the things come in, like vitamin C, alpha-lipoic acid, sulfur, because they have a way of regenerating the antioxidants to keep on going. Okay. 2 natural antioxidant enzymes that contain selenium depend upon selenium's activity for their antioxidant functionality. So glutathione is a biggie. A biggie. And they use an enzyme, peroxidase and thyrodoxine reductase, in order to activate the glutathione. Okay. Both selenite and selenomethionine supplementation have been shown to significantly reduce oxidative DNA damage. So it's going to protect what again? Your DNA due to ultraviolet radiation. So there you go, another protection. For full activity of the extracellular protein of selenoprotein, which binds to the endothelial cells and protects them from peroxynitrate. In other words, when peroxide and nitric oxide break down together, they form a peroxynitrate, which is very detrimental to the cells. Selenium protects you from that. Okay, cool. Yay! Hold on a second. Alrighty. So again, we have at our availability selenium. Now, here the study reported 50% decrease in total cancer incidences, as well as 63% reduction in prostate cancer. Okay, gentlemen, see there? 63% reduction in prostate cancer. Ooh, maybe we have a selenium deficiency going on with the male population. What do you think? So again, think about that. Can you dig it? Something simple. Something there for everybody. Selenium. Okay, what we got here? Okay. Tony, selenium powder in the pill form is white when you break the pill. But selenium powder looks from chemical distributions is black. Are both the same thing? Or is one harmful and the other not? No, what happens is sometimes they bind them with a starch to keep them inactive so they don't break down. So again, you'd have to see the component. It is a great color. It is a mineral, so it will be a little darker. Okay, there you go. So again, a garlic selenium edible shirt. Man, Frank is thinking, boy, I'm telling you, he's trying to protect his prostate. I can see it. So again, yeah, again, don't worry about the color. A lot of times they put allow your supplements in a starch of some kind, and it's usually white. Because you got to remember, 200 micrograms of selenium is not even a speck. It's that small. So again, they put them in these big capsules, making you think, oh, I got this big whatever. But really, it's very small. If you go look online and do an image search on 200 micrograms on anything, you'll see how small it really is. Because you don't need a lot with this. Now, let's say we have an Ebola breakout. You're going to need about 2 milligrams, okay? There you go. Hold on a second. All right, someone just came out with a comment about making t-shirts. How many of you got pets? Dogs and cats. and give them a T-shirt saying, "I do not consent. I do not consent to chemtrails. I do not consent to processed dog food, processed cat foods. I just do not consent." Okay. Oh boy. Okay, James. That's interesting. For a daily use, anywhere from 200 micrograms up to 600 micrograms a day. If you are feeling something coming on, like I said, an Ebola or something, then you want to take up to 2 milligrams. 2 milligrams a day. Okay, if you make a solution, now if you make a liquid solution, dissolve the sodium selenite, which is a salt, in 3 ounces of water. So the thing is 5% of selenium solanite, and you add 1 teaspoon in 3 ounces of water. You get a 5% solution, which would equate to 2.5 milligrams per teaspoon. Now, if you're not sick and you're healthy, then you only want to use about 1/4 of a teaspoon, which gives you approximately 600 micrograms, which would give you a good, adequate protection to utilize daily. And if you take it with iodine, you got the dynamic dual there that's going to protect your whole reproductive system. It's going to regulate your body's defense mechanisms. It's going to help regulate your hormones. It's going to protect the heart. It's going to regulate the thyroid. It's going to help in the conversions of T4 and T3. It's going to support, like I said, your body's ability to fight off a different type of infections: viral, fungal, bacterial, microbial. So again, give it a go. Now, these are some things that you can do, some things that are available. They're not expensive. I would encourage you to get the 3 forms I would tell you to get would be selenomethionine or selenocysteine. If you can find a selenophosphate, I would tell you use that as well. You can use a selenoascorbate. You can use a selenocytrate. You can use a sodium selenite. Any of these will work at helping you protect your body. If where iodine is really important for women, and the way it is, the bustier you are, the iodine level should be kept fairly good because of the conversions of the estrogens. The more you have, the more your body has to work at purging out things. But the guys, if you are sexually active and you are regularly having sex, which a lot of you aren't anymore for one reason or another, then make sure you're getting an adequate dose of selenium daily to replenish what you lose when you release your load. Okay, your seed gets the selenium as a free ride. So again, it goes out the door. So again, if you are active, regenerate, repair, replace, restore. Okay, same with the zinc, same with vitamin E. If you take zinc, vitamin E, and selenium, and you pregnate somebody, this is your fault, not mine. I'm just giving you the information to protect your body. What you do with it afterwards, it is your affair. And the seed that you sow is going to be reaped. Keep that in mind. All right, here we go. I'll put them in here. Selenium citrate, selenothionine, sodium selenite. If you can find selenium phosphate, selenium ascorbate. These are other forms of selenium that you may be able to get. So there you go. What to take to convert T4 to T3 again? You need tyrosine, selenium, and iodine. Okay. If you look at that script on the Wix there I showed you, and you take a hard look at it, it goes You see here? Let me see if I can find it again. Hold on. Aha. So the selenium provides an enzyme that regulates the T4 and T3 conversions. Okay, so again, it's required for that as well. Again, when you're looking at this stuff, again, from DNA protection, again, for you gentlemen out there, again, 63% reduction in prostate cancers for everybody listening, 58% reduction in colorectal cancers. All right, before I go on, I'm going to, again, take a money break, I guess, if you want to call it a financial support break. Again, support the Micro Effect Broadcasting Network. Lift them up in your prayers. Support them any way you can. Send them a card. Send them whatever you can to show that you are appreciative of what they're doing. Right now they have a family member that's a bit on the down and out. So again, show them that you care. Send them an envelope. Send them a card. Say, the Micro Effect family, you have our prayers. You have our support. And do what you can to help them out. You got Linda Natural Earth, which again, I always tell you, support the local farms. By supporting the local farms, you may find that they may start changing the way they do things, but they will need your support as well as a network. So again, support your local farmers. Linda, she gets the stuff at the local farm, 519-980-5995. Support her in supporting of the local farmers. www.health-access.com. There's another site over in the UK, in the who's publishing information from our site and coming up with their own stuff. Again, if you're in Europe, go take a look. www.health-access.com. Check it out. Bye Bye Blue Skies at Susan Mars site with the, again, chemtrails. Again, I would encourage you to go check it out. I think it's byebyblueskies.com. It's on Facebook. Go check it out. Get informed about what's happening with the skies. Okay. You got me here down here in Windsor, 519-977-5351 or 602-512-1230. Oh, I forgot to mention too, there is going to be a chemtrail conference up in Uxbridge, Ontario on the 24th of March. So if you can get up to the Uxbridge, Ontario conference on chemtrails, feel free to go check it out. I don't have the details right now, but you send me an email, I will send you the details, where you got to go, or contact Bernadette Green with the details, and she will tell you where it's going to be. And again, if you're up in that area, I encourage you, if you're listening to the program up in the Metro Toronto area, head up toward Uxbridge on the 24th. Get informed about what's going on so that you are not kept in the dark about what is happening. Then you got me down here at 519-977-5351 or independz at yahoo.com. augment_inforce at yahoo.ca. We've got some t-shirts, large and medium, blue and light blue. Again, saying I'm just a guy who knows some stuff, or just a gal who knows some stuff. We also have a flash drive, 32 gigs with information. We got books, videos, radio shows, interviews, databases, all in one. We also have the bucket. So if you're interested in the bucket, feel free to go check it out. We also have a catalog link on the website, so if you want to know what else we're putting out there, feel free to click on it. And again, let me know what you're needing. And again, we do consultations as well, so feel free to contact us either through Skype or through the phone or through email. So again, to get a hold of me, 519-977-5351 or independz at yahoo.com. or augment_inforce at yahoo.ca. Alrighty. I think we just about got it all there. What do you say? Man, we're really rolling along today. Okay, we got into some selenium. And just in time. Alright, listen, thanks again for tuning in. Again, last word message. Again, there's a meeting in Uxbridge, Ontario on the 24th of March. And again, contact the Micro Effect support them, say hi, say thanks, and give them what you can to help them out. All right, listen, thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next week. Same bat time, same bat channel. Till then, to your health, stay networked, brainstorm. All right, see you in a bit.